Welcome back. Yes, you're watching The Buzz. Yes, that was Fino with David, and that was an amazing one. So let's quickly go and check some of the news that have been trending online. First, we'll talk about Funke Akindele, where she recounts her journey. Now, there's something she said that a lot of people have been like, okay, yes, ma, we understand you've been good, you've been a veteran, you know, you're making ways for yourself, but really, is it possible for you to say that? And what did she say? The Nollywood actress, of course, which she is now the box office queen, has credited her maker, God, for making her, who she is today. Now, the award-winning filmmaker, while speaking at Media Independent Practitioner Association of Nigeria, MIPAN 2025, said nobody made her a star. Only God. Now, this movie star recalled how the idea of Jennifer's brand came to be, and how she started writing scripts. Recounted someone in the industry told her that told her to keep milking Jennifer's brand, and also give her money to finance the project. She also spoke about the shift in audience behavior and staying relevant in Nigeria's content marketing space. Anyway, there's a video to that one, so we'll quickly play the video to hear what she has to say. Then I will just ask one question. Ask our guest one question. Is it possible for you to become, I literally understand the meaning when people say God made me a star and nobody, but the truth is it possible? Well, when we come back, we'll know exactly if it's possible or not. Let's watch Funke Akindele telling the story of how she became who she is today. We'll be right back.
Is God that made me a star? Nobody. And they just one scene, 2 scenes, 3 scenes. And I wrote my script, and that was it. Okay, I started producing. And the big Jennifer came. And the first Jennifer, 2009, was released, and that was the turning point. After the Jennifer, Jennifer, blah, 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 and that was it over. Then I went for an event. Before he cooked, and then he had a club and he wanted to host me, the actors in Jennifer, and the band came to perform. He started and said, okay, let's see you soon. Yes, okay? And I chilled with him. Then we went to the restaurant and he said, what are you doing with your Jennifer? I said, I'll do another film. He said, no, you have to milk it. So if you don't go like that, that is a brand. Turn it to the say, go and write another one. I said, I need some money. I'll support you. And I went back.
Okay, yes, you're welcome back. Okay, now you heard what she said. Jennifer, which was 2009, I remember. Like she also said what she did. You, Jennifer. Okay, so it became a thing when people started saying Jennifer's diary, and it was interesting, following it up and all of that. And but the statement with a lot of people, social media users, is that they are like, it's not possible for you to say it was just God. Because God will not come down. He will definitely use people. And people are like, well, you said it's just you. Nobody made you a star. But somebody gave you an advice to put Jennifer as a brand. And you just said somebody gave you money and supported your project. Now, people were also part of it. People probably saw the dream of Jennifer and decided to buy into it to make her what she is. But it's not like they are coming at her. They're just trying to say, the way she's making it sound is like nobody really ever made her a star except God. Now, but I want to ask now, we know God has a lot of things to do when it comes to people getting to where they are. But really, from the context of what she said, does it sound like she's trying to say there is really nobody who pushed her to where she is or helped her become a star? Or she's just stating that it was just God using some persons? But I did not hear the persons there. That's what. So that's why I'm asking this question, because I too did not hear any persons in that conversation.
I think that she spoke like an average African religious person.
Oh, okay.
Look, God is behind everything that happens to man. If God sends someone to you, give you an advice, someone finance your project, ultimately it's still God. But people think that if you appreciate people for their part in your life, probably you are diminishing God's
presence or help.
Diminishing God's help. God's
Okay.
influence in
Okay.
your story. No.
Oh, okay.
God will always send people your way.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I've learned that God will not do anything for anybody except through other human
Oh,
beings.
yeah.
That he always encourages us to build relationships, build good relationships. He said two are better
Than one.
because so when one falls, the other one will be there to pick him up.
True.
There will always be people around you that will help you. And so I think she just spoke like an average
African.
religious. It is God. Oh.
It's only God that can do it for me.
In the same vein, she
Yeah.
made reference to somebody telling her about. Imagine if she had dumped that Jennifer brand. I
Right.
will have not really known her today because we know. I remember Jennifer Kong.
Jennifer Con.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't remember the song.
I need to recall.
I don't know. Go ahead. Yeah.
So it was that brand that really pushed her up.
Yeah.
So I think that she didn't mean that she appreciates people in her life, but I think she just spoke like way an average person will always say, like, it is God. Oh yeah, it is God. Like in the church I attend, the high pastor, when people come out to give their testimonies, I just say, I want to thank God for what God did for me. Praise Allah. I said, no, please come back. Tell us what God did, because the essence of all these things is to encourage those of us who are still waiting for that kind of miracle. There are lessons to learn in your story. So don't use God did this to just
cover. Yeah.
We need to hear the story, because I should not. I think that what authenticates your glory, what authenticates your victory, is the story behind. You know, one of the challenges we have in our society today is that people flaunt their glory in quotes, but don't tell their stories.
True.
So people always want to say, you just bought a new car, I want to buy a new car, but they've forgotten that there's a story. 5 years labor that you went through before you could afford to buy that
car.
You know, so it's always good, like she did. Probably she should have spent, yes, God, but she also are taking time to say, look, you know what? Relationship played a huge part in my story too. This person played a huge part. I was able to manage the people in my life, in my relationship. So I think beyond Akindele, for all of us, take time. God has blessed you. Things has happened. Your story has changed. Take time to narrate your story.
Tell
so
people.
You can encourage those who are now in your shoe that you were then. To know that, okay, if I could follow these principles of this person, okay, manage relationships, be at the right place at the right time, know how to, address people, and maybe my story will turn out like her. So I think she didn't mean bad.
Of course, yes, she didn't mean
like
that.
An average African religious person.
Trust social media users, they always come for you. So
things.
But anyways, congratulations to Funke. Funke is always doing amazing well for herself. Okay, so another trending video is where Kiki was giving the energy of Beyonce. I do not know, but that was what she came out. She was like, she just met with Beyonce or something. Anyway, Kiki has actually healed herself because she just did a new project, and that's Kiki Unscripted. And of course, our host is gonna be Nancy Asime. And of course, in our latest photo shoot, Kiki has made a lot of people turn heads, because this award-winning entertainer has been channeling our inner Beyonce as she announced the premiere of her Unscripted Experience show. Now, urging her fans to rate her look, she shared more and more about the premiere event. Anyway, the top notch for me in this event was the fact that Kiki, looking like Beyonce, with the attire and everything, went to sit down on a drum set and was drumming. I'm like, Kiki, how will you kill us in this? Like, the way she just gives us entertainment is always different. The way she packages it. When you came out and people are like hailing you're looking all good, all nice, giving this Beyonce vibe, and the next you went to carry drumstick. I went to sit there and be playing the drum. One of your doubt video is a video, a very short video. So let's watch this video where Kiki was literally drumming, and she was actually drumming very well. Let's watch this. We'll be right back. Okay, Kiki, we've seen your talent. I'll go and learn how to play drum. Okay, but I know how to play keyboard, so I think I'm fine. Was quite.
It's nothing about Kiki.
Okay, yes, please.
I've noticed. I mean, she's unique. She has a way of, of being natural at the same time being sophisticated.
True.
Able to blend the
two together.
You can be sophisticated and still don't forget what you're cooking. I've learned something in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Those who try to blend the traditional, the cultural way of doing things with this,
new one coming
they
up,
tend to last long.
Yeah.
Look at Jennifer.
Yeah.
Kiki, that their intonation, that their way of, that way of. So I think I like her.
Yeah.
Because she can one way sophisticated,
and the other way she's Raz. She's telling you, I'm on the street. I'm coming from the streets.
The other person I saw that is it Mobola that speaks?
Oh my word!
That lady.
Mobola is something else.
She just like
the one I love most was the part whereby Mr. Macaulay was her lecturer, and she came in, and when she came into the lecture, she was begging, speaking as Queen's English, and like, I'm so sorry, sir, I missed you. And when she was saying all those things, the man was like, okay, this course, you came to beg, you will write it. At the end of the day, when the man says you get out of his office, Mobola changed voice. Edakusa. She switched back to the real Ibadan, and we're like, so you're from Ibadan.
I think it means
it's amazing.
Why we all try to look like the Westerners?
Yes.
There's something in us that still wants to relate to
with our tradition.
So we just want to relate with. Yes, we do that.
The paparazzi.
Those artists, those comedians, those actors that do things like that, they tend to stay longer. Yeah. That's what she's doing.
That's what she did, and she has been there. When Kiki was still doing this her unscripted thing, a fashion thing where she was policing fashion and all of that, people didn't really know Kiki. But like they said, when God wants to just announce you just start, and before you know, we're just thinking like, but this girl was not I used to watch her police fashion stuff where she says, how would you wear this on this, and she talks about some trending things. You can see she has been there since, even on YouTube, but the way she just came out and she changed the narrative of everything, and people now see her premiering Kiki Unscripted has been there like forever, but now it's amazing. It's a good job. So well done to you, Kiki. That's an amazing one. Anyway, let's move over to the next one. Now, this is an advice where we now really need to talk. A Nigerian comedian, of course, actor Ayo Makon, otherwise known as AY, has sent a message to his colleagues on how to handle their businesses. Now, taking to his page, he asserted that it is always good to protect what is ours, but sometimes one gets caught up in their insecurities without seeing or minding what they say or do to others. Now, he said that every time we lash out our frustration on others who are clueless about our true situation, it shows how weak we are. I admonish his colleagues to handle their businesses responsibly. So I kind of understand what he's saying. Like, we're friends, we're close, and I have issues going on with me, and you don't know jack of what's going on, and you're passing aggression, you're lashing out because something is bothering you, and maybe sometimes you lash out because I expect you to understand that you should have noticed that my mood has changed. Something is wrong with me. I'm not smiling, I'm not being playful. So when I lash at you, you should probably be calm and maybe ask me what is wrong with you. Do you think that is normal? Or you should handle your emotions. If you really want to talk about it, call the person, talk to the person, so that if after 5 minutes you are not still better, when you lash out, they understand where the emotions come. But please, nobody should lash at me. No, don't do that.
I'm trying to process the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's issues can be. I don't think there's a straight jacket answer to
that. Okay.
Because someone can be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like a soulmate.
Yeah.
That you can afford to open yourself and desire, and the person pampers you. You know what I mean? You feel that I'm so close to this fellow that I just want him to pamper me. I just want him to notice it when I'm not okay. And if he doesn't notice it, maybe you feel disappointed that he didn't notice that there's something wrong with me. So the issue is, do you have, are the people you call your friend, are they that close to you to that extent that you can afford to want to assume that they should be able to pamper and know when there's something not okay with you? Because look, let me say that the true meaning of friendship, if you want to go, deep kind of friendship, is that I should know that something
is wrong
about you. I should know that there's something off about you, and I should be very concerned
to want to talk about it.
Say, look, no, to compel you.
Okay, to talk about it. Okay,
probably, But at the same time, too, you don't know what your friend is also going through. Everybody has his own issues to deal with.
Of course, yes.
So I think one of the signs of maturity is you being able to hold on to your emotions. You able to control your emotions. I've always said, if everybody decide to react and behave the way they feel, we'll have chaos everywhere, because people just behave anyhow. So if you are going through issues, I think you just find those you trust and just
open up to them
and be vulnerable enough to let them know that
this is what
help.
Because I don't think any man can actually handle everything himself. At some point you need somebody to talk to and somebody to reason with you, or I even feel like it might even get to some point you need somebody to actually, you might be wrong at that point, whatever is you're going through, like you're wrong and you're the cause of whatever you're going through. At some point, some people even need people that will just say, you are not wrong, you're right. At that point, I don't know if you've ever, like you did something wrong, maybe you're talking to, I don't know, there's no example coming to my head. Let's just assume me and you have an issue, and what I did wrongly to you made you react, which made me feel more bad. Then maybe I go to someone and I'm talking to somebody, and person like, no, I shouldn't have done that to you. Like, I need somebody to say that first before they'll be the, boy, guy, you messed up. Like, you shouldn't have even done that. I don't know, have you ever felt to be in that kind of situation?
I think at times you just need people to just empathize with you. Don't pass judgment.
Immediately.
Don't comment on the substance of the issue. Just empathize with the way I'm feeling, not the issue. Leave the issue aside. Talk about, you feel bad. I'm sorry that you feel
bad. Do you understand?
Then later,
trust me. Okay, you did this.
At that moment, a married man who can keep a happy woman at home should understand this. That
definitely.
The time that your wife brings issue from her office home, and while she's explaining to you, I know what you did was just off.
You
want to eat that night.
I
want to sleep on the same bed that night. Don't analyze the issue. Just say,
that person did you wrong. I know what you meant. My word.
Just empathize. It's so bad you feel like that. No, it's not right.
No.
And later, even your wife will know that she's
wrong. Of course, she just needs that support system. I'm sorry, man. We're so sorry. We love you guys. You guys are like the strongest thing that ever happened to us. But please endure with us. We need you guys.
I should know that. Please, when you are either your partner or your wife, pass judgment at that time.
At all.
Just empathize with their emotions.
If you love your home. Okay. Now we have other two topics we want to talk about, but first let's go for another musical break. This one is actually more of a gospel. I think it is good or something by Emmanuel. Let's play that one, just a short video, and we'll be right back where we'll be seeing a trending wedding video. What the pastor, or will I say the minister, the officiating minister, actually said while he was trying to tell them how to make their vows or whatever. The video is on a wedding day, someone's wedding day, and of course I can see the chief bridesmaid almost laughing her heart out when that video popped when the officiating minister said those words. But let's hear for ourselves what they said, and of course we'll react to it, because that man actually means serious business. He did not come to that wedding to play. He didn't come to that wedding to play. I don't know about the couple, but definitely the officiating minister did not come to play. Let's watch the video right back.
Other men, all men, whether straight men or transgender men, and cleave to him and him alone as long as you both shall live.
Yes, I do.
All right. will you reject other men, all men, whether straight men or transgender men, and cleave to him and him alone as long as you both shall live?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Okay, just that short part. And what came to my mind was, well, because it's not Nigeria, obviously, but the fact where he had to say you will not cling to any kind of men, or I do not understand. Was it already envisioning that people are leaving the real men for who are transgender men? I do not understand. But honestly, is it possible that the vows that we've been having for years, this for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, those kind of vows, do you think, which one do you think is better? Do you think we should keep using those vows? Like, do those things even mean anything to us? Or these days we should just tell the couple, write your vow, share it with each other, let each other probably see it, then you come on your wedding day and you say it. Which one do you think is better? Because I feel if I write my vow myself, I am telling you exactly what I'm going to do. If you're telling me for rich or poor, and in my head I'm like, for rich or poor, how? Okay, let me give an example. There's this popular couple for 90 days. I think that's what they call Michael and I've forgotten her name, Angela or yeah, something. He's a black, no, and she's white, definitely. So when they got to time, they've had serious relationship issues, and they always come back together. Then eventually they wanted to get married, and they were reading the vows like they do in Africa, and like to love and to cherish, to hold, to death do us part, in sickness and in health. There was something, there was a clause, and when they mentioned that, she was like, what? I'm not doing that. She's a white lady. She's like, I think it's to respect and to hold or something. But that word was like, no, that's slavery. I'm not doing that. And she almost like cancelled the wedding because she's like, I will not say that. And the Michael was like, baby, he's not bad. You can't just. He said, no, why would you want me to so I do not know, I'm just saying. Do you think the vows need to be changed, or we need to start writing our vows, or we should just keep to that one? Which
well, it's number one, I'll speak from the perspective of I have to be a bit religious about this. Okay. Because, number one, we have to respect that marriage wasn't our idea. It was not my idea.
Mm-hmm.
It is an institution
idea,
and every institution is governed by rules and regulation.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are marrying as a Christian, the church has its rule governing that marriage. If you decide to subject yourself to that rule, then you have to go by that rule.
Oh, true.
If you're married as a Muslim, they have their rules. So if you don't want to do any of such, if you want to do your own traditional, they have their rules. So we must know that the issue of marriage is not it's not your idea. It's an institution that you came to know. So there are rules governing it. That aside, now on the issue of your vow or the vow they read to you, the question is that, are you sure that the society that we have for ourselves as Africans, do we place value on what we say?
What we say?
Do we place value on words? That man knows, because that thing she read becomes binding on her. If tomorrow she decides to, if
go against it,
did not mention transgender,
she'll say, well, it was not indicated.
It was indicated.
Yes.
So, I think for these Westerners, words is
means a lot for them.
So when they say yes, another man can say, I'm not even thinking about it. You get, how many times do you buy any gadget and you read the instruction, you read the warranty? You don't even know it's there. I even threw it away. It's a day the guy is now faulty. They now want to
read.
Like, where is the warranty? Let's see if that's the warranty. But for a white person that goes into a store, one of the things they ask for is the warranty. So they don't buy. Let me see what the warranty, the after sales, because those things matter.
Yeah.
But for us here, it's because of our experiences and our leaders. We don't have respect for words. I mean, someone can tell you A now, And the next 2 minutes, you tell you, no, I didn't mean A. I said
it.
You said H, but you know, I didn't mean it. So,
man, a lot of people like that.
Maybe the day we start paying serious attention to what
we say,
we begin to challenge some of the things, some of those vows we make. But today, if you ask me, the day of my wedding, can I remember the things?
You can't, oh my word.
You don't know what was on my mind that night.
What was in your mind?
I can't say that.
It's the bills. Is it the bills? It's not the bills. Oh, something else was in your mind. Can you imagine? On the wedding day. Anyway, we've always known that when it's people's wedding day, they don't see anything, to be honest.
Exactly,
They just want this thing to be done, and let's just go.
Let's go.
It's
those who have to do crash everything to a single day. You're already stressed out.
You're tired.
You're looking at how the church has to be reception. So you just get tired.
And most times, I got to understand just over time that you see those ones they call wedding night. There's nothing like wedding night because you want to go home and sleep. Which energy?
You can't be so sure. You're not there yet. Are you there yet?
Okay, let me leave that. But I'm speaking from people's experience. They'll be like, babe, nothing. We knock. I slept off. He slept off because and now they don't just finish weddings. Before weddings finish by 1, 2, 3. Parties. They do after parties till 7, till 8.
Many of marriages we do nowadays, there's no abstinence.
Okay, all right.
Stay away.
Yeah.
And they have to touch the woman. So
so it's already in your head.
You're already like, this is not. For the last 2 years, I've been looking at you. This is not.
This night will not pass us by.
What if I allow that night pass me by? And next month Jesus Christ comes.
Oh my word!
What happens? I will lose on both ends.
Okay, I think we're going to skip this question. I was supposed to ask another question that is very related to sex, and of course that is a lot of people tend to. If I am not saying anything, the pastor he has scattered the whole thing.
Say it now. Say it.
Okay, it's just a quick question. Sarah Martin's celebrity said that if any lady, well, that advice is very bad, but it's just that because of what she said now, that most African people, not just men, do not mean what they say. They probably is when they hold you, you mean they want to care for you, but when they say I will care for you, don't believe it until you start seeing it. Invariably, that's what it means. It's not just about the man, but the woman. A woman that says I will stay with you, come rain, come sun. Wait, let the rain come first. Then you will believe if an African lady really loves you. So that's what it means. So because of this same repetition of things and people getting heartbreak, she now told ladies, if you want to enter a relationship and you feel you want to make it a transactional relationship because you're doing this, you're doing that, you should take care of your bills and all of that, make sure that before you make your own transaction, always if it's a car you want, let him give you that car first. After that car, you have carried the key, you see that the car is in your name. Then you can go for whatever transaction you want to go. And that's because she's trying to put ladies on a safe space. But for me, I'm like, it's a no-no. Relationship and love should not even be transactional. I think it should be a thing of mutual benefit. If I now say mutual benefit, it's as if I'm saying transaction. But anyways, what's your say very quickly so that we can go? The time is up.
Look, if you are truly in love, I mean, in the real sense, not of love we see, in the real sense of love. Because love and variety goes together.
Yeah.
You can't take one from the other. Once you're not vulnerable in that love, then it's not really love. When you are in love, all those things you are saying, you throw it outside the window. You throw it
right.
I'm telling you.
You won't think about it.
What you should hope for is that the person you are in love with also loves you.
That's the most important thing.
One of you loves each other. There could be mistakes, there could be errors, there could be issues. But if you are in love with someone who loves you accordingly, all those things may not really matter.
Okay, so that brings me to this last question. Just a yes or no because of our time. Is it possible for you to be in a relationship for about a year or 2 years with someone that you don't know from Adam, and you guys have never really had a serious issue where you had to like talk? Like not just even talk, you will talk because person needs to understand that hey, you're getting it wrong. Go forget this love thing. Is it possible that it's all just beautiful and rosy?
It's not possible.
So that means there's a pretense
one
somewhere.
person is pretending, one person is just trying to play along, and it's not safe. It's not right. People have different way of look. Both of you may have different opinion. Doesn't mean that one person is wrong.
Wrong or right.
It's just
True.
like you are clashing and friction. If you, I'm not in science student, but I know in science that friction, when something is
Of course, yeah.
has its own positive. He has his own
Positive advantage.
So it is good when you guys clash. Number one, you know the anger level of the person. You know how to resolve issues. So having clashes in relationship is not a bad thing. It's when you can't manage it.
That becomes the problem.
Issue.
Then it might
You will
start
clash
becoming
now.
toxic.
So there are things that she will like that
And you don't like.
1 minute before they call us. When I go married to my wife,
Yeah.
she taught us that all my wife eats together. Yeah. So I grew up knowing that the last thing I eat my meal is meat. Because my mom will keep the meat. It's when you are done with the food that they will
You
give
eat
you
the meat.
So I'm used to eat. Where my wife comes from, she eats meat first. So when she puts the food on the table for two of us to eat, if I take 1 or 2 more sort of, she has taken the meat like, Madam, hold on. You get, she's not wrong, I'm not wrong, but there's a clash.
There's a clash. It's just the way you know things can work.
She eats her food, but it's,
Everybody
I
differently.
love her. I love my wife like anything. But
Okay, that's just to resolve the issue because you do not want to be having
Exactly.
the same clash. Okay, it's been an amazing section. I really love all the topics we talked about today.